The internet is very convenient these days. You can store your important documents and photos in the cloud, so they're always with you. The cloud. It sounds so fluffy and friendly. But the cloud actually lives in vast data centers owned and controlled by a few megacorporations. When you send your stuff to the cloud, it's not really yours anymore. Governments can demand to peek inside it, and it might just disappear from one day to the next. A cloud can also be a miasma of poison gas, or the harbinger of a cyberstorm.
It's my belief that the government will link up all the computers and will all be controlled.
Gadgets that connect to the cloud are named to make you feel special. If you have a smartphone, you must be pretty smart. And even if you don't, we won't say you use a dumb phone. Instead, your pathetic device is a feature phone, even if it's only got one feature.
Hello?
And if you use something that's pro, Windows Pro or a MacBook Pro, you must be a real professional. Congratulations, you smart cloud-hopping pro. But some people who are pros might also be pirates. The term internet piracy pictures people who download TV shows or albums as cutlass-wielding maniacs, attacking the innocent ships of vast media conglomerates.
There's a battle going on right now, a battle to define everything that happens on the internet in terms of traditional things that the law understands.
Those of you in favor of these articles, raise your right hands and say aye! Aye!
People who defend such downloading call it file sharing, even though they're sharing something they don't actually own. But in our Oprah times of obligatory emotional revelation, there's no such thing as oversharing.
Thank you, Debbie. That was fast. Which is the original?
I forget.
What is it that we're all busy pirating or sharing? It's content. Yes, in the internet age, all human expression, writing, photography, music, is just content. The container is what's important.
Ow!
Savvy entrepreneurs have started up content farms to game search results, the digital world's equivalent of slave-worked plantations. If enough people share or retweet it, some content can go viral. So art is now framed as a kind of bioterrorism. In this brave new world, the value lies not in the content itself, but in the magnitude of the epidemic it creates. In order to dissuade the kind of sharing they don't like, media companies try to prevent copying using digital rights management. The rights that are being managed here are not your rights, but the rights of the media corporation to tell you where and when you can use the product. If you don't play nice, Amazon will delete all the books you bought for your Kindle. Well, you thought you bought them. Actually, according to the terms and conditions that no one ever reads, they were only ever licensed, or in other words, rented. Increasingly, buy is a lie. Digital rights management is definitely not open. And to be open is the greatest possible virtue. Open source software like Linux is considered morally superior by the hackerati to proprietary systems, which are those from Microsoft or Apple that almost everyone uses. A new class of cyber gurus is paid fat consulting fees by old media companies to tell them that they need to be more open so they can compete with Facebook, Google, and Apple. Even though Facebook, Google, and Apple are themselves all highly secretive and about as open as Bluebeard's Forbidden Room.
Why are you closed? Tell us why you're closed! Tell us why you're closed! Why are you closed?
Politics, too, must be made more open through the internet. WikiLeaks boasts, "We open governments."
There is nothing brave about sabotaging the peaceful relations between nations.
As though an entirely open government could function. Should we sack all the spies?
What the hell do you think spies are? Moral philosophers measuring everything they do against the word of God or Karl Marx? They're not. They're just a bunch of seedy, squalid bastards like me.
Meanwhile, WikiLeaks leader Julian Assange, a fugitive from Swedish justice, is holed up in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. It's quite securely closed, and he's not coming out. Apparently, being open has its limits. Whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Quora, or Pinterest, the next big thing on the internet must always be a social network. If only the networks themselves behaved more sociably. The trampling of users' privacy preferences by Facebook is quite antisocial. But these sites have definitely succeeded at the best business trick of the new millennium, making their users do all the work for free. Providing user-generated content. That's what social really means. It's a commercial technique to persuade people to reveal more to advertisers about their own networks of friends and business contacts.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
And that's what the like button on Facebook is for. You can't really like a news headline about the deaths of hundreds of people. Hey, thumbs up to that disaster. So instead you like happy anecdotes, lolcats, and aspirational consumer products. According to some reports, Facebook is also testing a want button to connect users more intimately with brands. Hopefully, sarcastic Facebookers will use the want button exclusively for celebrities they'd like to bang.